Today we celebrate the 60th anniversary of the opinion poll which preserved our identity as a Konkani people. And why is it important in the context of what Goa is facing today to its ecology, its environment, the unchecked, untrampled construction activity which is changing the demography of our villages, which is making our own people strangers in their own villages, outnumbered by influx of people, resulting consequently in affecting the environment, the infrastructure, whereby I mean supply of drinking water, 24 hours electricity, and other aspects. Now, as by now, people of Goa must be aware that we have formed a core group to fight for the causes of Goa, which we have amplified in a 10-point charter. The 10-point charter is a reflection for the future of Goa and how to save our lands from further degradation. When I say further degradation, what do I mean? In the regional plan of 21, an outstanding document which is still in force today, and when I say force, having the force of law under the provisions of the Town and Country Planning Act, until sometime in 24, the legislature of the state of Goa thought it fit to amend Section 17 by introducing Section 17(2) and Section 39, resulting in increasing the settlement, mostly settlement area in Goa, when in the regional plan there's a provision for 541 square kilometers of settlement land. Section 17(2), to an extent, the rules have been read down by the High Court. But our demand is that Section 17(2) must be scrapped altogether, except in rare cases where 17(2) and 39A, except an exception to ordinary Goans who would like to construct a home. If there was a mistake in notifying those lands at the time the regional plan was approved. So these are our basic ideas. Secondly, we have been telling the government, because the government itself has, on the floor of the House, has agreed at least to do the carrying capacity and have appointed TERI. They have entered into an agreement with TERI to do capacity studies on certain fields. Budgetary provisions have not been made to that extent. Our demand has been there has to be a capacity study done of every village in Goa, whether it be the seashores or the hinterland, to know how much more settlements can come up in these areas. Because presently, I am sitting here in Donapaula, I don't get even 1 hour of water regularly. Sometimes for a day or two, the water does not come. And so when the resources are scarce, at the same time, if you come and visit over here, multi-storied buildings have been allowed to come where they ought not to be, because the carriage road is not 8 meters, less than that. But in blatant violation of laws, FAR are being increased, means more water to those buildings, means less water to others. Now, how do you save Goa? Because this changes the demography of Goa. Because most of these flats, people really don't reside in them. They are brought as second homes. But then you have to provide for them water supply, electricity. So these are serious concerns that we have raised in this 10-point charter. There are a host of other activities which in this limited time I will not be in a position to articulate. But this charter of 10 points which we have raised is basically, let me be plain, clear, unambiguous, are meant to preserve one, the identity of Goa as a land of the Konkani people, the preservation of our ecology and environment for our future generations, the protection of our hills from further degradation, which is rampant and without the authority of law. I have been addressing, and today I have sent a letter to the Town and Country Planning Department and the Chief Town Planner that they should not allow any further hill cutting in the hills of Goa, that where occupancy certificate has not been given, stop work order should be issued. I have also today written to the Chief Minister of Goa that in so far as the Chimbel Lake is concerned, he has agreed with the villages to get a read notification based on BD document. But there are certain areas which have to be further looked into, namely the springs which are flowing into the wetlands of the Toyar Lake. So I have requested him that since he is asking for NIO to look into the matter, please also look into the springs which are shown on the survey maps of the Government of India. And there are other springs which emerge from there which feed the wetlands. So my request to you, Chief Minister, on behalf of the people of Goa is, since you are undertaking an exercise of re-notification, I have sent you a letter. Please act on the letter, because this is not a demand for myself or a few people. Our demand is a demand to preserve these wetlands for the future of Goa. These are a part of ecology, a part of environment, and all of us together, irrespective of which political party we are in, must help to protect our ecology, environment, so the future generations who come to inhabit or will inhabit this state of the Konkani people, will preserve for them what our ancestors preserved for us by leaving us these hills, these rivers, which are under today indiscriminate constructions. This is no development. This does not help any Goan to get a job. These are merely taking away our natural resources. So today, on this opinion poll day, whilst we pay homage to those who preserve the identity of Goa, those of us who inhabit the state must now see to it that we preserve this for our future generations. And this is the biggest tribute that we can make today to those who fought and made an independent Goa, preserved Goa, which the subsequent generation fought for an independent state, Konkani, and we achieved it. तू सगळ्या तुमकां ह्या दिवसाक देव बरें करूं.
The voice for Goem.